Okay, this video is on completing the square. So we are at quadratic equations part 3, where we are going to solve an quadratic equation by completing it. So first of all, we know that sometimes there are equations that cannot, quadratic equations that cannot be solved by factorization. Alright, I mean ideally if we have equations like this, x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals to 0. Now, with beautiful equations like this, of course, we can easily factorize them. Alright, and we have our solutions to be x equals to 1 or x equals to 2. Right, but there are equations that cannot be solved by factorization. So that's where there comes a need for the use of completing the square. Okay, so let's, for example, we have an equation like this. Alright, let's just think. Right, say we have an equation like x squared minus 8x plus 11, for example. Right, and next thing we're going to do is realize that we can't factorize this equation because 11 itself is a prime number. There's only one 11. Right, so what we do is we shift 11 to the right hand side, and we have negative 11. And over here, right, the identity that we're actually going to use a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So I treat this as my a squared, my x squared is a squared minus 8x, right, I'm going to see again as 2ab. So over here, right, this is the same as 2 times 4 times x. So I'm going to write it as x squared minus 2 times x times 4. Alright, so you can see that a is x, b is the 4. Alright, and what do we do when completing square? We have a b square. A square minus 2ab plus b square. This is the algebraic identity that we learned last year, and equals to negative 11. And now what we need to add here in order to make this a beautiful completing a square is we need to add b square. Now from here, right, 2ab, you can see that the b that we need to add is 4. Now b is equals to 4, so what do we add? B square will be 4 square. Alright, and similarly on the right hand side, because we are balancing an equation, we will also write 4 square. Alright, so using this, a square minus 2ab plus b square, alright, we know that it will give us a minus b bracket square, and this is our algebraic identity. Okay, so this is x minus 4, right, because it's a minus b square. On the right hand side, you have negative 11 plus 4 square. 4 square is 16, so you have negative 11 plus 16, which will give you 5. Alright, and following that, you have x minus 4 square to be equal to 5. Right, square root both sides, you have x minus 4 to be equals to plus minus square root 5, and x will be equals to 4 plus minus square root 5. Right, so this will be your answers. Alright, and most importantly, there are a few things to take note of completing a square. Okay, so number one, you have to make sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. Now this is the golden rule. You have to make sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So if you remember the notes that we went through during lesson example 3, there were situations where, for example, you have questions like this: 2x squared minus 5x plus 12 equals to 0. Okay, notice that if you're going to use completing a square, here the coefficient is 2. So what we're going to do, we just divide all by 2. Alright, so in this manner, and we start our completing the square. Alright, so this is the identity that we use, is a square minus 2ab plus b square, and always make sure that the coefficient of x square is 1.